have you been able to, and what do you feel most confident in your game right now?
Yeah, I'm feeling more confident in my game to, pass the ball downfield, stay in the pocket. Like I just said, I feel way more, in control over what the defense does or what I'm calling protection-wise, you know what I mean? So I feel like since I know where the protection, where the blitz is coming from, I can stay in that pocket, make throws.
As a Florida native, how have you adjusted to the Wolfpack in their tempo?
Yeah, so for one, from being a Florida native, it was pretty cold up here when I first got up here. That's for one. But adjusting to, North Carolina, it wasn't much to it. I'm from Miami. We get to feel all of the tough moments and all the tough battles. So going into North Carolina, just me adjusting was quick.
As far as the relationship, go ahead.
How do you feel like your chemistry? How are you looking to build your chemistry with your receivers?
Yeah, so those guys they was here last year, and a lot of them came back, and we had like a couple freshmen, Teddy Hoffman and Terrell Anderson, and some guys like that. So, but overall, like our chemistry is it's on another level because we've been a full season with each other. We've been spending time with each other in the off season, been to their houses and stuff like that, this and that. So it's just chemistry is gonna be there, especially with the offensive line as well. Like we had a lot of dinners. We had a lot of talks. We've been in each other's house. Like it's going to be great for offense. Period.
And how special is it for you to be able to represent your school here at ACC Media Days?
Yeah, it's very special that they chose me to represent NC State, and they view me as the leader, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Speaking of the chemistry, I asked Justin about what it's been like you guys kind of building that chemistry. What have you seen from him that's really helped you to kind of grow into your role now at this point?
Yeah, I've seen a lot from Justin. Like Justin is an emotional guy, just like me when it comes to the game of football. Like we both we put our emotions on our sleeve when it comes to anything related to football. So like when he lash out or when he gets frustrated on the sideline, I kind of feel that too as well. So like him being that way, it's like I understand where he's coming from. He understands where I'm coming from, and we know how to cancel it out. So that's one thing about it.
How much did he help you grow from a comfort level last year, knowing that, hey, I got Justin Jolie down there somewhere, right?
Yeah, Justin helped me grow a lot. He was my go-to guy. Fourth down, I'm getting the ball to Justin because he's gonna make a play for me, and it made me feel comfortable that I got a guy I can trust out there with the ball in his hands.
CJ, who are some of the underrated guys you've seen throughout the offseason that maybe y'all know about that we'll know about once the season starts?
Yeah, number one is Duke Scott, running back. He's a ball. He's a tremendous player, a freak athlete. Teddy Hoffman from Florida, he's just really good. He's going to get a chance to shine. Terrell Anderson, Keenan Jackson, those guys are going to play good. And I think y'all got a glimpse of seeing those two play last year, and they're going to be really good players for us. Jonathan Taylor as well. Y'all didn't see him yet. He's a really speedster. Gadget guy, he could play running back or slot receiver, anything you want.
What was the biggest thing you learned last year being thrown in and as a new guy and out there playing by the end of the year?
Yeah, I learned that, like I said before, there's always completion somewhere, but I also learned that, things not always going to go your way. You got to know how to bounce back from it.
Did you have a hard time with that before?
Yeah, I actually did. When I had first got in, that was La Tech. I had struggled. I threw like an interception, like my second drive. I was frustrated on the sideline because I know how good I am. I can't make mistakes like that. My team had my back. As the season progressed, when mistakes wasn't a problem for me. I got over it quick. So that was big for me.
I was going to say, when was the last time you truly experienced something like that? Because obviously being at Chaminade for so many years, you guys had great receivers. You had a great team as a whole. I mean, how difficult was that to go through it and then have to come out on the other side?
What, the adversity part?
Yeah,
it was difficult for me. Like it wasn't a problem for me like period in high school or coming up, but it was just one instance of La Tech, and everybody had to remind me who I was for a second right there, and throughout the season it was great.
CJ, obviously North Carolina, NC State's big no matter what. How does that ratchet over with Bill Belichick over there?
I don't know.
We've heard your thoughts.
Yeah,
that's a question for Coach Duran. Him and the coaches right there.
My guy, how much of a impact did you have on helping Teddy flip on signing day?
Yeah, I feel like I had a big impact. You could ask him. I was on him. I wanted him to come because I know what kind of player he was, and he was a great player. And I had to the coaches knew it, but I had to really push them even further for him. Because I know how good he was.
CJ, what can NC State fans expect from the offense this season?
Yeah, the NC State fans can expect way more points. Like, we're going to score way more points and get more wins for our team. Even if push comes to shove, God forbid, another team scores 62 points. We're going to score 63. That's our job. To, score 63. We never go point fingers out of defense or anything because, that's our job to score points.
CJ, your high school teammates with Jeremiah Smith at Ohio State. What are some things that you think you've learned from him and maybe some things that he's learned from you?
Yeah, I learned that from JJ. It's like, with a guy like him, you got to give him the ball. Like, that's the same thing with a guy like Justin. I got to give him the ball because he's a playmaker. You got to ask him what he learned from me, but I just know that I just put in this vicinity, he gonna make a play for me.
It's a sport of attrition. Obviously, you got to have depth to be successful. You were in a position last year where you didn't start the season and you ended up playing. How can you make the quarterback room better? What can you take to the quarterback room this year from your experience last year?
Yeah, I could take a lot to the quarterback room, especially with learning from what happened with Grayson and learning how Grayson led. I'm doing the same thing with the quarterbacks in our room, and they're helping me out as well. Like Lex Thomas, he's an experienced guy as well, and me and him, we have a good bond. Him and Will Wilson, like all those guys, we are on the same mission. Like we all think the same. We all want to win, no matter what.
I asked Justin about you. He said he's a dog. That's all you got to know. Mm-hmm. I mean, what has that relationship been like for you guys as well? Being able to grow as players here at NC State too.
Yeah, that relationship been great with Justin. Like it was really a trust factor at the beginning. Like when I first stepped in the huddle, like it was about getting to gain everybody's trust, but most importantly, a playmaker like Justin's trust. And once I did that, everything started clicking. We became best buddies. You know what I mean? So yeah, Justin's a great guy.
You mentioned Jonathan Paylor earlier, guy that I think we all thought would probably have a bigger impact than he did last year. What have you seen from him back in the spring when I know he's still playing a little bit of wide receiver running back and going into this fall where he's expected to play more running back now, right?
Yeah, you expect a lot from JP. Paylor he's a freakish athlete. He's a speed guy. He can do anything we ask him to do. He can play slot. He can play running back, kick return, punt return, and we could put him anywhere. So I feel like y'all expect to see a lot from him because he's a great player.
CJ, working with Bozeman or Coach Jay at Chaminade, like who are some of those guys you look on to like for their advice?
Yeah, like you just said, Coach Bozeman, I look for his advice a lot. He's a great coach. When I come down there, he's the first coach I come to see and come out, work out with. We have a little fun with it sometimes. But he's a good teacher as well. Like he's gonna make sure you understand before we move on to the next thing.
I don't know if you've been asked this yet, but obviously you got to go to Miami down the road. How geeked were you when you saw the schedule?
Yeah, I was pretty happy. I'm ready to go back to Miami, beat up on the Hurricanes for one time, yeah.
What's something we're not talking about enough with NC State?
We're not talking about how much playmaker. I feel like y'all are talking about. I feel like defense, really. Like, I know y'all not talking about our front. We have a crazy good front for we got Travali, we got Brandon Cleveland, we got a new guy Sebastian. We got a lot of guys that's gonna push the pocket for us, and, create negative setbacks for that team.
How different did that defense look in the spring? Obviously, you got to see the entire defense from a 3-3-5 standpoint, but now it's multiple.
Yeah, I actually love that I got a chance to experience this 4-down defense that they have because it's better than me as a player. I was used to that 3-3 stack that Gibby was running, and I know how to pick that. Now once I got to that 4-4, the 4-down front, it's like now I'm learning how to do this because he could go to 4-down front to our front. He can do both, so it's like I'm glad that he's our defensive coordinator and he's implementing both of that because it's helping me grow as well.
I was going to say, Coach Jordan talked about the fact that, his focus is going to be getting after the quarterback. How glad are you to be able to wear a green jersey and not have to worry about a guy like Brandon Cleveland or Caden Fording?
I'm happy, I can't wait to see them on game day. creating major setbacks, making it 2nd and 15 or 3rd and 15, because it's going to be harder for offense. I know personally it's harder, to overcome a 3rd and 15 conversion or a 2nd and 15, so I can't wait to see them guys do it.
What's your growth potential between now and the season? Obviously, you're going to start repping soon. What is the growth potential for you now?
Yeah, I expect a lot from myself. I always expect a lot from myself. I don't settle for nothing less. So like when the season comes, I feel like I should be where I want to be, which is the best quarterback in the ACC.
Reps tend to be drudgery. Do you look at it that way, or does it excite you?
It excites me. I'm ready to get all the reps I can because it's going to better me. I learned that from the last year that I played, the last season. The more reps I took, the more games I played, it bettered me as a player.
CJ, what does Coach Ruff mean to you?
So Coach Ruff is a great guy. That's a crazy player. Coach Ruff is an amazing guy. If Coach Dorn is not there, Coach Ruff is going to be the guy. And I talk to Coach Ruff almost every day because he has some knowledge. He's been around for a very long time. So getting with a guy like Coach Ruff is really big.
What's the biggest thing he's helped you with?
Yeah, he just motivate me every day. He's talking to me, good or bad day. He's gonna give me some piece of advice like you should do this to help the team.
Was he helpful in that transition last year of kind of being a starter?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Him and Coach Thunder was the two biggest guys for me when I had to step in. They always told me to stay ready. I don't gotta get ready. So they was always the ones saying, "You got this. You gotta lead this team to victory."
The last thing I asked, what's it like looking out there on the practice field and seeing him drive around in the golf cart?
Yeah, it's amazing. Coach Ruff observes everything. Like he would park his golf cart and just watch. Workouts. He's been in every workout that we had. 6 a.m. workouts. He's been there. So he's an observational guy. So with him just sitting there watching, he got a lot more knowledge to give us about what he's seeing.
He coached at ECU.
Yeah.
How much does that motivate you to get him a win this year?
Yeah, it motivates me a lot because I know Coach Ruff want that win.
For sure. Thanks, CJ.
Has he talked to you guys at all about that?
No, not at all.
Okay.
He don't want to bring up other schools while we have our plans, to go to the ACC championship.
I gotcha. I didn't know if there was any
Yeah.
thought of like, hey, there's a little extra motivation last year and going into this year.
CJ, if you had to pick one wide receiver, who do you think has made the most improvement this offseason?
The most improvement, I'll say Kenan Jackson. He's worked hard. He worked very hard. But I say Kenan Jackson, you got to throw Terrell Anderson in there. So both of those guys have been working very hard, and you're going to see a lot from them this year.
I'm going to put you on the spot. Who's your favorite target?
I don't have one.
The one that's open, right?
CJ, I have to ask you, being from Miami, I know you have a lot of good friends, specifically that play for Miami. How's that venture when you guys saw the schedule? How was that? And what are you looking most forward to that game?
Yeah, I want to win, of course, but the guys that I really was talking to when I found out the schedule was JoJo Trader, Chance Robinson, and I was just talking trash to them, to be honest with you. And, that's how we are, though. That's how we is. And they was talking trash to me and stuff like that. But it's all love at the end of the game.
You're going to be playing in front of your family. How special would that be for you, that moment?
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. I know almost my whole family's gonna come out to that game, and if they have to, they go steal a ticket to come out there. So it's gonna be amazing. Just win for them. You know what I mean?
Looking forward to seeing you.
Thank you.
Only a few more questions and then you'll be done.
Okay.
CJ, I have a couple questions for you. So how do you think, what are some changes that you guys made in your offense coming into this fall based off last season?
Yeah, we made a lot of changes. Our offense, I feel like it upgraded. We have more pro style, more tempo offense, and everybody knows, everybody's on the same page. Like last year it was kind of mixed up, and like with Coach Roper coming in, he's trying to implement to everybody being on the same page. He's going to teach everything so everybody can understand.
And I understand we lost one of our franchise players last year. Yeah. How do you feel about closing that gap up or just counterattacking that?
Yeah, we lost a good receiver. Casey was a great receiver, but we still have good guys that came in and good guys that was here last year. So it's really no gap to fill. It's like we already have all the talent.
We haven't been able to see it yet, but the rumor is that Terrell Anderson moved down into the slot. How much have you? How much have you seen from him and being at that specific position?
Yeah, to be honest with you, all our receivers play everywhere.
Yeah.
So Noah Rogers played the slot, he played outside. Wesley Grimes played the slot, he played outside. Like Justin plays the outside. Some of them go as a tight end. it's just the type of offense that we're in. It's Coach Ruff's offense, and it's amazing. It's going to help us out a lot because now they don't know when we could have Justin in or we could have Keenan in at tight end, and we still run the ball. So you don't know. So yeah, it's hard to game plan for us.
I was going to say, what specifically have you seen from growth from Terrell Anderson?
Yeah, I've seen a lot. He's always been a smooth route runner. His hands has grown a lot, but mentally, like he's been way more connected to like our team, like way more talkative. Like last year, he was just laid back because he was a freshman. He was thinking the same way I was.
Yeah.
Like now, he's way more talkative, and he's more in tune to what we got going on.
What about your game have you been working on this offseason?